glittering angel at the bottom with a globe. That's actually new this year. And then we're going to turn on to the Haymarket and see two of our nicest theatres. Now one has a play on called Only Fools and Horses. Now is anyone watching any television on Christmas Day? Well, a bit of a tradition over here sometimes. The most watched television programme ever was the 29th of December 1996, which was the Christmas special of Only Fools and Horses. 24.5 million people watched it, and the population was only 47 million. So 1 in 2 was watching Only Fools and Horses. So they did 15 Christmas specials in all, and the very first one was called Christmas Crackers. So there it is, it's a musical on the left. Bell Boy Lovely could sing apparently, which I find very difficult to believe, but there you go. Now we're going to go into Trafalgar Square, and we're going to see the big tree there, which has only just been lit up. So I haven't actually seen it, but I know what it looks like, because it's been the same one since 1947. Well, not quite the same tree, they pick a different tree, but it's the same size. And it will be decorated with the white lights. And it's a present from Norway for our help during the Second World War. So we're coming into the very centre of London, Trafalgar Square. We've got a Christmas market ahead of us, outside the National Gallery of Art. And get ready for the Christmas tree. Let's hope it's there. There we are. It's not the most spectacular tree in the world, but it's quite tall. And we'll get a multicultural crib in here in a week's time. And it's not bad this year. Better than last year. Last year didn't have any branches down the bottom. Now on New Year's Eve there'll be probably about 20,000 people in this square, and at midnight when Big Ben chimes 12 times to welcome in the new year, most people get thrown into the water fountains in the freezing cold. But at least they get a free ride home on the underground, because the underground is free until 4 o'clock in the morning. Or people might be down by Big Ben, by the London Eye, watching the fireworks, which will be taking place this year. They haven't done for 3 years, but they'll be back this year. The Queen of the Forest, that tree is known as. And it's actually only taken down about 6 weeks ago. It came over by boat to a place called Grimsby in the north of England. Now we have got some more Christmas lights. This is Nelson's column on the left, by the way. This is the Strand. So look ahead of you slightly to the left. And as we turn downstairs, if you look to the left in a moment, downstairs look left, and there are the Strand Christmas lights right there. On the right, he's the centre of London, the man on the horse, Charles I. All distances are measured to him. And can you see those 3 arches on the right there? All the way down there is Buckingham Palace. Now they don't do anything much with Buckingham Palace, just a slight drive, but they don't do anything because the royal family aren't ever there for Christmas. They usually spend Christmas at Sandringham, which is in Norfolk, and they give each other Christmas presents on Christmas Eve. They follow the old German traditions of Christmas. And they don't spend much, I don't think, because mostly they give joke presents to each other. I'll tell you more about that in a second. But first of all, have a look down for Big Ben down here on the left. Not that road, but this next road coming up. Look right the way down. So Big Ben down to left, and Buckingham Palace through the three arches right down the end of the map. There's Big Ben on the left. And there's also Downing Street down there as well. They've got a big Christmas tree outside number 10 Downing Street. It's where the Prime Minister lives. I think it's still Rishi Sunak, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. Now they usually do something for Christmas, but they haven't this year, to Nelson's column on the right. So about 5 years ago they had it lit up like a lightsaber because there was a Star Wars movie coming out. And you see the lines there? Well, they got the man who plays Mustafa in The Lion King to record growling noises, and then when you approach the lines they growled at you. Quite the light area. Now, getting back to the royal family and their Christmas, I don't know whether you know, but there is a documentary coming out on Thursday by Harry and Meghan. And I believe that the Queen's favourite ever Christmas present was 4 years ago when her grandson Prince Harry gave her a pink shower cap with the words "The Boss" printed on it. And Prince Charles's favourite present was a very tasteful white leather toilet seat that his sister Princess Anne gave him a few years ago. Sanitary. Right, get the cameras ready. We're going to turn onto Lower Regent Street in a minute, but before we turn you're going to get a great view of the lights to the right hand side. Not this street, the next one coming up. We're going to turn by a lovely statue to the famous nurse Florence Nightingale. There's a lovely Christmas tree just around the corner as well. So cameras ready? Five, four, three, two, one. There you go. And look at the angels to the right there going up Regent Street. Let's see if Father Christmas is here tonight. I hear he's been a bit ill. He went down with tonsillitis, so he's been away for the last few days. No Father Christmas tonight. Now look at these lovely angels above us. There are 45 of them, all the way down Lower Regent Street and Regent Street. They're not on all the time this year because we're saving a bit of energy. So 2 o'clock to midnight, these ones. The rest don't come on till 3 o'clock. And believe it or not, this is the first road ever in the world to have been lit up at Christmas. It was a long time ago. It's 1888, the first Christmas lights here on Regent Street. Now, there is a road coming up called German Street on the left, and they've got mini angels, so get the cameras ready again, and it'll be on the left just when we go past Tesco here. We finish, if you want a ham sandwich, they do a very good one for £1. So downstairs, look to the left now. And there are the mini angels down German Street. All the way down, you see. And if you go halfway down the street, or on the Piccadilly side, there's a lovely food shop there called Fortnum and Mason. I would advise you all go there. It's got an advent calendar on the front, and the shop windows are the most beautiful in London. And you can pick up some nice things for as Christmas presents in their, fashion tunes and things like that. So Piccadilly Circus, little statue of Eros, ahead of us on the right. And there are the billboards up there. They're the oldest ones in the world, those billboards. 100 years, I can see the first advert 100 years ago, it's up there. Coca-Cola, see that advert? 100 years ago, their first ever advertises here on the electronic billboards. This is the only underground station on the right, completely underground. And on Christmas Eve 1914, you had 5,000 people sleeping on the platforms, because that was the height of the Blitz in the Second World War. All got Christmas presents from the American Air Force, all the children. They're going to distribute Christmas presents on Christmas Day. Right, look to the left, Christmas lights on Piccadilly. Left-hand side, that's where Fortnum Mason is. You see Fortnum Mason, it's the shop that's lit red down there to the left. And look left now, but we will come down here at the end of the tour, and that's the main part of Regent Street. That's where the toy shop Hamleys is, down there. Biggest toy shop in the world. If you do go to Fortnum Mason, they sell Christmas crackers there. They've got a set of crackers called the Royale. They're just £5,000 for 6. And you'll get all sorts of useful things like the solid silver honey drizzler in the Christmas cracker. But there, you see the electrical bubbles. Coca-Cola up there. Now, why does Santa wear red? Why has he got a fat belly and a hat like we're wearing, and you know, a black belt? It's all to do with the Coca-Cola adverts in the 1930s up to 1960s. That's how they portrayed Santa Claus, and that's how we do it today. So thank you, Coca-Cola. This is Theatreland here, Shaftesbury Avenue. And if you can imagine, in Victorian times, all of these theatres at Christmas will be taken over for pantomimes. And the big pantomime in London this year is Jack and the Beanstalk at the Palladium. There we are, Les Mis. And actually the whole area on the left is called Soho, and the whole area on the right is Chinatown. But at the end of the street, we've got the Palace Theatre, and that's where the Harry Potter plays on. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Does anyone like Harry Potter? Don't be shy. Well, Harry Potter never used to spend Christmas at home because he didn't like the Dursleys, so he used to spend it at Hogwarts. And it was always decorated Hogwarts with 12 Christmas trees. And Professor McGonagall, she got all the presents ready at the children's beds when they woke up. And they had lovely wizard Christmas crackers, which have lovely things in them, like wizard chestnuts and live mice. Imagine pulling a Christmas cracker and out pops a live mouse. That's what happened to Harry Potter. This is the theatre where the play is on. Just on the upper left, the Palace Theatre. They did actually have live owls flying around the stage area when the play was first opened up. But on about the 4th day, one of the owls got a bit nosy, a bit inquisitive, flew off into the dress circle and landed on an old lady's head, thought it was a nest, and refused to get off. So health and safety were called in the next day, and now the owls unfortunately fly no more around the theatre. So we are Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Now, this area to the right here, look back to the right. You see those lights there? That's called the Seven Dials. That's in a place called Covent Garden. So if you want to do something after it's finished, walk 8 minutes straight ahead and you'll come into Covent Garden, because in the pedestrian area around the Opera House they've got this fantastic tree with beautiful coloured lights. They've got a special sort of cabin which has been decorated by Dolce & Gabbana, and giant mistletoe if you're feeling a bit amorous. So make your way to Covent Garden afterwards. So those are the ones you can't see, because you can only see those on foot. Now look, this is strange. Just opened this up on the right. It's called the Now Building. They're probably watching things on a giant screen. Can you see that in there to the right? It's going to become a big arts centre. And this sort of glass structure on the right, Tottenham Court Road Station, that's the entrance into the brand new line, the Elizabeth line. So this links the east to the west of London. It's very, very quick, and it's going to revolutionise rail travel in London if there aren't any strikes. Now, Christmas tree on the right and Elf straight ahead of us. We're going to turn left here, by the way. Elf ahead of us. So that's a play that the film starred Will Ferrell. And Elf is a story about somebody who was he climbed into Santa's hat, and he was raised as an elf. And then when he was old enough, Father Christmas told him that he had a family in New York, so he travelled to New York. His dad was a bit of a rascal, but eventually it all ended happily and he got in there. Well, you don't need to see the play now, do you? But that's where it's on. This had this on the right. Elf. Now get ready for the Oxford Street lights, the busiest shopping street in Europe. We're going to go all the way down Oxford Street. Look, the only pub on the 3 miles of Oxford Street is the Flying Horse on the right here. You know what the busiest shop in London is? What do you think? Selfridges, Harrods, Hamleys, Apple? Yeah, you've got it. It is Primark. Primark, but not this one. It's the one right at the end of Oxford Street. So these are all stars dangling ahead of us. 50,000 of these stars all the way down Oxford Street. %75% is what they're saving on the energy output. So they've got really low energy LED lights this year. Whereas last year they were on all day long. It's here it's just 3 o'clock till 11 o'clock that the lights are on. Remember I showed you that platform back there of the Crossrail? The Crossrail's got very long platforms, long trains. So that's one end of the train. And this is the other end of the train, the Tottenham Court Road on the left here. This is a brand new entrance that wasn't here 5 years ago, the Regent Street entrance. And we're moving past Oxford Circus ahead of us. We're then going to go past some of the more famous Christmassy things on Oxford Street. So the first shop we'll be going past, famous shop, is John Lewis. And they always have the famous Christmas advert. This year, I don't know if you've seen it, it's called The Beginning. And it's a middle-aged man who's learning to skateboard. But he's not very good, he keeps falling over. And we learn why he was learning to skateboard at the end, because he's adopting a girl called Ellie, and she arrives for the first time to their home with a skateboard under her arm. So he's sort of just trying to get something in, going that she's interested in. Now this pantomime at the Palladium, Jack and the Beanstalk, I'll tell you who's in it. Dawn French is in it, Julian Carey, Alexandra Burt and Nigel Havers. Where the main pantomime is every year, Jack and the Beanstalk. And I'll show you where it is, and I'll also show you one of the best shops for a Christmas department, a lovely department store called Liberties. You heard of that, Liberties? So this will be at the traffic lights ahead down through that in a minute. This is quite good traffic here tonight actually, because this is Oxford Circus coming up. You can see all the people here. They sometimes close this underground station. It's the busiest underground station in London. And then you just get thousands of people on the pavement. So get the cameras ready, because in a minute we're going to go over the traffic lights ahead of us. You've got Regent Street on the left and on the right. This is a really lovely photo. At the front, look down to the left and you'll see Liberty's department store all the way down the end, and the Palladium is at the end of this road on the left hand side.
Please take extra care, please. If you are drinking, it's a good idea to eat a meal beforehand and to have water between alcoholic drinks.
We're going to move up a bit, so in the middle of the bus, look down to the left. And that building is Liberties, the front right. And can you see down the left and left there's a white building with columns, that's the Palladium. That's where the pantomime is on. Okay, so we've got Regent Street going left and right. Go up to the right, the end of the road is the headquarters of the BBC, where the first ever Royal Christmas broadcast went out from, on radio, Queen's grandfather George V, written by Rudyard Kipling. And now, of course, we're going to get the first one by King Charles III this Christmas. You've got the Microsoft store just over there on the left, and then there's the bit further down into the Apple store. And then you get to Hamleys, the toy shop, which we'll see towards the end of the tour. Right, cameras at the ready, left and right, left and right. There we go. Right, so we've got John Lewis coming up on the right, and this has got like Christmas trees and the patterns on the trees change all the time. So you'll be able to get a nice photo of this. And this is, the main Christmas advert on television. There's always a nice bit of music. 2013, Lily Allen, Somewhere Only We Know, King classic, and I think 2018. When Rocket Man was coming out, it's all about Elton John, and it was your song, Elton John. So this is it, on the right, John Lewis. Can you see the changing colours of the trees up there on the right? This is closed, this shop on the right. This used to be the oldest department store on Oxford Street. E.H. Evans had closed last year. There's one on the right here. But get the cameras ready now. Left hand side, we see the most exclusive shopping street in London, and it's called Bond Street. And usually it's peacock feathers and lights, but because the Queen died, it's all crowns and tiaras down there this year. And you really do want to walk all the way down Bond Street. Look left here, this is it. Left here, left. See down there? Quickly. And the best shop down there, halfway down this year, is Christian Dior, and Chanel next door is also fantastic. Now, we're going to see some great lights in a minute. Bond Street station coming up. What you need to do is look back. We're starting to get past the station. And you've got the blue and white lights of South Molton Street. They're all big arches. 63,000 lights down this wonderful street. It looks quite spectacular. So get the cameras ready. And it's sort of behind the station on the left here, so you're going to have to look back, slightly back as we go. So get ready. To the left, and then back. Can you see the first blue tree? So look back, and that is South Molton Street. Okay. The area on the right, by the way, is a very trendy area of London. It's called Marylebone on the right. Or Marylebone, one of them. But here is the big shop on Oxford Street coming up in a minute on the right. It's called Selfridges. It was opened in 1909 by Gordon Selfridge. And he coined the phrase, two phrases. He coined the countdown to Christmas, and he also coined the phrase, the customer is always right. Up on the top floor this year, fourth floor, it's a whole Christmas shop. They have breakfast up and everything, and you get Father Christmas with his Christmas disco balls coming round every, there's little helpers by the way, coming round all the time. And look in the windows. One of the window displays is called Eyes on the Pies, and another is a car with lots of Brussels sprouts coming out of it. So look at all the window displays here on the road. They're all Christmas themed. There we are, Brussels sprouts a la carte, you see. Brussels sprouts coming out. And Gordon Selfridge actually retired from the store in 1940. So this and Harrods, I suppose, are probably the two most famous stores in London. The flagship store of Marks and Spencer's on the right, and their Christmas advert this year is Dawn French, the comedian, as a fairy, and our partner Jennifer Saunders as a duck. And we're coming up to Marble Arch in a minute, and you're going to see the lights for Winter Wonderland. I don't know whether any of you have walked through this year. So if you want to go there, it's free from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock Monday to Friday. Although of course you have to pay for the rides and the food, which can be very expensive. And it's open to 10 o'clock, and you have to book online for it. If you spend £25 on the rides or the skating or anything, you get the entrance fee back. I think it's £7 for adults, £5 for children, but free 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock Monday to Friday. The ice skating rink is right down the other end. It's the biggest one in Europe this year. That's right down the end near Hyde Park, and you'll see all the colours for the rides in a minute. You can eat in the Bavarian Village. You've got Santa's Grotto. You've got ice slides, the magical ice kingdom. You've got the circus inside, the Cirque Berserk. And this is the busiest shop in London on the left, Primark, here on Oxford Street. This is the busiest. And that is the Marble Arch, that white arch in the middle of the road straight ahead of us. there's the winter wonderland straight ahead of us. We're going down a road called Park Lane now. Little Christmas tree on the left, and then the big ride is one of the entrances to the winter wonderland. The other one is right down the end of this road. Hyde Park. I think that's the big, is that the giant wheel, isn't it? That one, it's called the giant wheel, I think. And if you haven't got a Christmas present for your loved one just yet, well, here's the Aston Martin showroom on the left-hand side. The SUV you can see in the window there is £252. Now that's more like it. Tom Cruise's car down there on the left. Right, we'll come into one of the most exclusive areas of London now. It's called Mayfair. If you play Monopoly, it's the most expensive place to pick your hotel when you're on your board. We're coming into Grosvenor Square, and in the middle of the square is a field of white roses, Christmas lights. You can walk through them, and if you want to, you can donate £10 to somebody you love who's died. They'll put a rose up for that person in the square. It's called the Ever After Garden, or there's a hut inside and you can buy a rose and plant it yourself. So these are paper roses, they're made out of silk, and there are 20,000 of them, and we'll see them in a minute. But that used to be the American Embassy on the right, but now it's going to be a hotel called the Rosewood, 5-star hotel. Now get ready, right hand side, this is the field of remembrance lights. The Ever After Garden it's called. There we go. And you can see the hut on the right there. That's where you can buy the roses, just down the right. Look ahead of you. Can you see those two Christmas trees, the silver ones, down the road ahead? That's a hotel called Claridge's. And they always got a famous fashion designer to design the Christmas tree inside. This year it's Jimmy Choo, the shoemaker. Previous years it's been Christian Dior, Dolce & Gabbana. They've all had a go at the Christmas tree. Now there is going to be a television programme next week. David Tennant is playing Alexander Litvinenko, who was poisoned by polonium over afternoon tea by agents of Vladimir Putin, allegedly. And can you see the Christmas arch on the right there? That's where he had the afternoon tea. It's now the Biltmore Hotel. See on the right? It's down there. And that's coming to television next week. Litvinenko it's called. But the poshest hotel in London is the Connaught ahead of us. Now we're going to go right by that. It's got this lovely tree outside, 24 dogs by an artist, an East End of London artist called Susie Murphy. And remembers her pet dog when she was young. So here it is on the right. We'll have Christmas dinner there. There's still a few places left. Starts off with caviar, then scallops, turbot, capons, chocolates. Only £385 for it. So there it is on the right. And come here on Christmas Day, and there'll be horse-drawn carriages taking the residents all the way around Soho, with all around Mayfair, with hot chocolate and marshmallows. So guess what? Any child staying in the hotel on Christmas Eve, they give them milk, mince pies and carrots, they put them outside the door, and that's the Father Christmas. Now we're going to Berkeley Square where the nightingales sing. And there is a fantastic Christmas display here It's a nightclub called Annabelle's. You want to go? Join up. There it is, just down there to the right. You see the sort of red and white lights? We'll see it a bit better when we go round the square. We're not going right round, but we're going to the other side. It's a carousel this year, so it's like flying winged horses, Pegasus, 3 of them outside. You want to join the club, it's just £1,000 to join and £15,000 a year. And the dress is elegant casual and you're not allowed to sweat inside the club. Allegedly. So you'll see it a bit better as we come round. We're going to go down by the Bentley showroom, just ahead of us on the left, but if you look to the right now, you'll be able to make out the horses where the red lights are on the right. That's the nightclub Annabelle's. See it on the right? Well, there's a Chinese restaurant that's around the corner here. It's very famous, it's called Akasan. And actually it's where the Queen was born. So if you look to the right, you'll see 2 plaques. Can you see where it says Berkeley Square House? Just look beyond there, there are 2 plaques on the wall. Right here on the right, see? And a picture of the Queen inside. That's where the Queen was born in 1924. That was the house of her parents. She wasn't going to be Queen, of course, because he wasn't going to be King. So that was their London townhouse. Now, we're on Convent Street, so we've got these lights above us, so they won't touch the bus. And we're going to go across Bond Street again. So get the cameras ready now. I think the right-hand side will probably be the best. The left-hand side is good as well, so get ready. So, look to the right, Hermes on the right, look to the right. And that is Chanel on the right there, and next to that Christian Dior just up there. That's the nice decorated shop. They're all honking us because we're going slow, but that's okay. And we're coming up now to a street on the right called Savile Row. So think of the gents where in London want to buy a suit. This is where you go up here, tailored suits, Savile Row. Right hand side. Under it. Now, if you were here in the swinging 60s, the place to go was a place called Carnaby Street. It's 25 years since they had Christmas decorations, so to celebrate that, they've got all the Christmas lights for those 25 years. So they've got the lyrics of Bohemian Rhapsody, that was, I think, 2018 when the film was released. They've got giant octopuses in the sky, they've got giant robins, red tongues for the Rolling Stones. So this is ahead of us. This is the only view you'll get of it. This is all Tudor's Place. This is what the Carnaby Street lights are. So we're going to go to the end, we're going to turn right here. So, can you see straight ahead out the front of the bus? But as we turn right downstairs, you'll be able to see it on the left in a minute. See that through there? That's what the Carnaby Street lights look like this year. And then immediately we turn right, we're going to be going past the biggest toy shop and the oldest toy shop in the world, which is called Hamleys. So get ready. left-hand side now, through the place, currently on the left. That's the Carnaby Street light. And then here is Hammond. There's probably some elves outside singing, I'd imagine. Who knows? But look at the windows on the left. Look at the windows. Now, I just want you to enjoy the lights as we go down to 15 seconds. I'm going to bring a bit of Christmas music now. You've got my subscription up here. So I think we'll kick off with a bit of Mariah Carey, shall we? I'll just get my Spotify out.